This is Console Wars the Card Game. Featuring more famous video games than you can shake a stick at, Console Wars finally allows you to win a war you've been fighting and probably losing on the internet your entire life. Quit being a keyboard warrior with the warm embrace of anonymity to protect you. Now you and your friends can fight on the front lines, battling for incredible franchises, exclusivity, and eventual victory. Collect some of the most famous video game franchises of all time. Protect them with loyal and frighteningly dedicated fans. Brave the volatile video game industry and claim the ultimate victory in the console wars. Your favorite video game making mega corporation needs you. Enlist today. Head to consolewarsgame.com. Pick up a copy of Console Wars the Card Game, outshine your rivals, and prove that your platform reigns supreme. Out now. This is Xbox Era. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/Xbox Era. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/Xbox Era, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines, Xbox Era's twice-weekly news-focused show that covers all of the latest and greatest from across the video game industry. In the spirit of that industry, we talk about all the platforms, including a new one this week. Today's date is November 13th, 2025. I'm your host, John, and joining me as always is reviews editor, Jesse Norris. Hey, Jess.
Hello.
Ooh. Ominous Jesse Norris today. As a bonus for our wonderful Patreon community, we make audio versions of these episodes available to them to listen to in Patreon via their preferred podcast app. But if you have a Spotify account and you're a Patreon member, you can link your accounts together and listen to it on Spotify instead. If you would like to consider supporting Xbox Era directly, do so, because we're awesome by heading over to patreon.com/Xbox Era. It's been a week, man, and it's only Thursday. It's been a week. I am tired. I am going to be more tired by the end of today, but it's been worthwhile and great. How are you?
Good. It's been getting back into the swing of doing a bunch of reviews again. Got Pigeon Simulator done, working on that Rock and Road one, the Monsters Are Coming game. The PC only Game Pass console next year. So got Pigeon Simulator done. You played it with me.
I did.
It's meh. It's meh. It's friend slop.
Yeah, it's a genre meant to be kind of dumb in meh. It's only worth playing if you've got multiple people to play with. But outside of that, it's been good. Been playing, and we'll get into it in a little bit. Been playing a bunch of a big new the biggest Xbox Game Pass release of the year. After taking a trip to and from the other side of the world. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Gotta fly over there. But yeah, just to keep folks surprised on things outside of Pigeon Simulator, I think Ferry put out a review for Rensport, which is a racing simulation, another one that he's taken a look at. I think Nutshell is light on content, but a solid start for this one. So you can go check that out.
But it's expensive, and all the content coming is paid DLC, it seems like. So rough.
And it's weird. I think Cengus has maybe formatted it wrong because I know it exists. No, it is here. Once Upon a Katamari is out for review readers.
Yeah, it's been up for a while. We're catching up.
Yeah, he's posted a review for that this morning. But the big one outside of Pigeon Simulator that came to Game Pass yesterday was Winter Burrow, which the lovely Cat reviewed as her first ever video game review.
And I saw a comment about it saying, at some points you sound great, and others you don't sound great.
Yeah, let's just talk about why that is. Now, I'm going to throw her under the bus here a little bit.
Mistakes
it's
happen.
more on me.
Yeah.
She has a background in music and music technology, and I explained to her how Audacity worked. And
I got to start using the new intro, huh?
Yeah, new intro there, bro.
Was it the same file you sent me before?
Yes.
Oh shit! All right, I deleted that. I thought I thought you said there was going to be another one.
Well, I did discuss making an alpha with pre-drag, but it's not needed apparently, and it's fairly easy to do, and it's much smaller and easier to manage without it. But nutshell, she recorded all the audio on this microphone here, and I was going to do the video edit for her, and then she had to scoot off and do some other bits. And as I sat down to edit, I think she'd accidentally gone back in when she'd flubbed a line and had recorded over about 3.5 paragraphs worth. So I had two options. One was to get her to re-record just those lines, and we opted to get her to re-record the entire thing, but the only microphone she had was on her Dell laptop, which explains the vast gulf in audio quality. And in the end, I opted to just go with 3 paragraphs of lower quality narration and then stick with the rest than risk not having it all like sounding like echoey. But she didn't enjoy it much, and as someone who also played a lot of Winter Burrow in order to help kind of guide and help her frame her thoughts, because this was her first time dabbling in the survival genre, I align with her views completely. It's a gorgeous game, absolutely beautiful to look at, like something out of a fairy tale novel, like proper Peter Rabbit style animation, Peter Rabbit style narration and artwork. But it's filled with busy work and frustration that just drove me nuts. And if it was driving me nuts, I can only imagine how it felt for her to play. Solid ideas, but the game really needs, more than anything else, it needs a map that you can, even if you're filling it out by yourself, so you know where you've explored versus where you haven't. But the nature of the art style means you get lost really easily. And the cold will then kill you, and then you'll get annoyed, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, Winter Burrow. Cute, not cute enough in my book. Merely an okay game, I'm sorry to say. But hey, your mileage may vary if you really love
Game Pass
survival
slop.
genres.
We've been hammering Game Pass games lately.
Yeah, maybe the curation team's finally
5.5, 6, 4. Like we've gotten some low scores lately. I mean, that ignores all the 8s and 9s and stuff, but people like books.
Narratives must
and we
be
are
formed.
shills. We don't give anything bad scores if it's Xbox.
Yeah. But anyway, outside of that, I also, just a bit of housekeeping because we're here and we're talking to our lovely community. Hello, everybody in the chat that's come and hang out with us today. The site's been doing rather well, which we're delighted about. Like,
slow down today. I'm gonna crack the whip on you.
Well, I've been busy. We don't know what we've done really to warrant such growth, but like we've really turned the tide in terms of like viewership and readership. And
I have an
big
idea,
thank you
John.
to everybody that's looking at us. What?
Our views per visitor were hovering around 1.2.
I know, now they're doubled.
And now they're up to 2.2. And
Yeah.
you made a change, I think, that really did
I
that.
know. Yeah, but that's good.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I'm all
Because
for it.
it's real viewership because it's making ad money. That's how you know.
Yes. So we're really delighted. Let's keep it up.
All you fans of Infinite Scroll, please keep reading.
Yeah. Anyways, let's dig into all of the news topics of the week. And obviously the biggest one that's caused all sorts of ridiculous narratives already forming is the announcement of the Steam Machine. 10 years ago, Steam announced... yesterday, Valve announced the Steam Machine Part 2 alongside a new headset called the Steam Frame and a new controller, all working in conjunction with Steam Deck to make Steam OS and PC comfy couch gaming more of a reality if you're in the Steam ecosystem. So plenty of big outlets got hands-on and preview and advanced
flown
access.
out to various places around the globe.
Got to check it out. No, we were not among them, of course, and understandably so. It's not really our forte. What are your reactions here? Like,
the controller looks weird, but so does the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck feels good in the hand, so I bet you the controller ends up feeling okay, except for, man, moving your thumbs down that low for the touchpads for a long period of time looks like it might be a little painful. But it's cool. Like, it's cool new hardware. It's if you've ever seen or held like a NUC or a mini PC Factor, it's the Steam Machine is a lower. It's like a mid-tier one of those. Like, it's not going for like having a 5090 mobile edition in it or anything. The CPU is actually really good. Like, it is a solid CPU, and an okay but slightly older GPU. So people are wondering, what's the performance gonna end up being? It's probably like between the Series S and PS5, but a little closer to PS5, Series X, like that side of the range. 5 years later, Steam doesn't push performance to crazy amounts. That's not their thing. That's why like the Steam Deck can last a long time, but the performance isn't that great. And they're like, this is 6 times more performant than a Steam Deck. But a Steam Deck generally targets like 720, and they keep talking about 4K with this one thing, and I don't think you're going to want to play 4K. Like, it can do it.
Yeah, the Digital Foundry thing broke down a little bit more. Like, using a combination of, frame generation and upscaling, 4K 60 is a target.
It's capable, and a lot of,
These are 1080p machines.
Yeah,
right?
It'll probably be a really good 1080p and sometimes pretty good 1440p mini PC. I guess what is and what isn't a console keeps being asked, like, because the next gen Xbox, is it a console? But it's the hybrid thing where it's half console, half PC. I
was chatting with Deadly Headley this morning about this, funnily enough, and like we were talking about the whiplash, because like rewind 2 weeks or a month, whenever the Ally came out, the Xbox Ally, it's not a console, it's a PC. And now here's a Steam PC. It's a Linux PC, but it's a PC. Mm-hmm. It's a console. It's like, wait, what?
I don't know. It's really cool tech, but it's coming into an industry that was built up on comparative list warring. Like, that is most of what people who got into games coverage did. It was always A versus B, and eventually A versus B versus C. And so instead of looking into what this is, and we don't know the price on any of it yet, so they had 3 things. They had the controller, they had the frame, which is their new MetaQuest style all-in-one headset, which comes with a dongle, which will let you have Wi-Fi 6E to your PC if it's not built in already for wireless streaming. And it's funny, I saw people like, wow, wireless on this feels great. And I'm like, man, you and I have done wireless on the Quest over our home networks, and it feels native. So it's like, yeah, it can be great. This is another cool option for it.
Yeah. This is very much about cool options for people that are
in
deeply
Steam's
embedded in the Steam
ecosystem.
ecosystem.
It's very Apple-like, where this isn't. I don't think this is targeting new customers as much as it's trying to give more options to existing ones. Because when they were talking about it, like a big part of their pitch was there's a lot of people who tether their Steam Deck to a TV or a monitor, and this is a better option for that, because it's going to be a lot more performant when you're trying to push more pixels. And being able to hook this up to a frame and then stream all of your shit, and the frame can also do Android stuff like that. They're all about being an open ecosystem in a way where I know people always jump to console warring, but like if there's a cuck chair and there's Steam and a customer on the bed and Microsoft's in the cuck chair, they're happy. And if there's Microsoft and, the customer in the bed and Valve's in the cuck chair, they're happy because they're just making money. Like they're Steam is mostly Windows, and Microsoft's
That's
like
the
the
worst analogy ever. But
It's
I get
not,
what you mean.
because Steam makes most of their money on Windows, and Microsoft, I think Phil said they're like the biggest publisher on Steam. That was his tweet about it. They both make a ton of money from each other. They're not trying to war, but when you're covering video games, that's always where your mind goes. It always goes to console warring. It's
weird because I've written an op-ed that I'll push out at some point later on today. It's not really about the Steam machine, but it is about why, and it's human nature, right? The tribalism of, instead of the headlines being the Steam Deck and is getting, it's being unleashed. Now we've got the Steam machine and the Steam frame. And how cool is that? It is Xbox is doomed. It's like,
Xbox SEO is really strong in a way that like Steam and Valve isn't. Steam and Valve isn't generally involved in this type of stuff that these websites and these YouTube channels and stuff cover. Like I was watching Kind of Funny yesterday, and it became up. This kills Xbox. They should just go third party. And it's like, they already are third party on this thing. Why would they also give up their own story? No, they want to be everywhere making money. That part of the everything is an Xbox, they always think, oh, they're trying to take it over. It's like, no, they're just happy to take your money there. This is an Xbox because you can give us your money on this thing. That's all we give a shit about. And we have our own thing where we make the most of our money.
Yeah. Spec-wise, it's not looking like enormously powerful, and I'm very curious. Like it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination.
It's a really good CPU, but it's 8 gigs of VRAM because RAM prices are fucking horrible. Like if you made a PC a month ago, it was significantly cheaper than making it now, because RAM and other prices have freaking skyrocketed. It'll hopefully go back down a bit on Black Friday. Like PlayStation supposedly having a bunch of sales for their stuff on Black Friday. Actual like NVMe prices are pretty good right now. But yeah, overall it's fine. But the 8 gigabytes of VRAM, 16 gigs of system RAM on Linux, maybe that's fine for like 1440p and pushing some 4K, but it's not normally. You want at least 12.
Is it going to be holding back the generation? So the reality is here from a hardware perspective, the Steam machine is weaker on paper than the Xbox Series X and PS5, right? It sits somewhere above the Series S.
It's above it'd be like between the Series S and PS5 and Series X, but closer to PS5 and Series X, especially with that CPU.
Yeah.
But the Switch 2 is already holding back the generation.
Oh, okay. The thing I find weird about this is and don't get me wrong here, more power to you if you want to go out and get a Steam machine. Like it looks nifty, and I love the changeable faceplates. Mm-hmm. That is like, it's channeling like a vibe for me where it's giving the customer a sense of ownership over the actual device. It's really smart. It's
I
really
like
cute.
The e-ink one they had, but it's not for sale. They also had like a fully clear frame. They also said not for sale.
Wood panel, but they're going to provide 3D prints to let people make their own, like the 3D CAD file or whatever it's called. But if you already have a really massive, powerful PC, is this for you? If you already have consoles and a library built there, is this for you? If you already have a bunch of Steam games and you play all the time on a Steam Deck and you plug it into the TV, I'd say this is for you. but the industry collectively going, this is going to kill, Xbox, or this is a new challenger. The only thing that it is a new genuine challenger towards is the vision, right? And this is where there is a semblance of a point, and one I will concur, is that, as we've heard over the last year, and we've seen all these moves that Microsoft are making, they want to bring the flexibility and openness of an open platform like PC, like Linux, to a console environment. Hence, they're merging sort of Windows and Xbox in a way that it's never been done before. And we don't yet know the full end result of that. But people saying, Steam have just beat Microsoft to the punch. They have, if you're just talking about Linux. And I'm just going to be real with you here. It accounts for 3% or something on the entirety of Steam's operating base of customers. 95% plus are on Windows. That is the reality. I don't know why we have to frame it in a different way, like there's going to be a winner or a loser. Why can't we just say, this is really cool, what a neat bit of tech, I hope it pushes everybody to do other cool things and be better? We can't ever say that, can we?
Oh, well, there's still
it always has to be someone has to lose.
0.09% of Steam users are on Windows 7.
Wow.
Yeah, Linux is 3.05%. Mac OS X is 2.11, and Windows is 94.9484.
There you go. That's from Steam's own user survey. So who is this killing? The only thing I mentioned, I harken back to a previous conversation we had, I can't remember if it was on the main podcast or on this show, was that I'm of the opinion that Windows could do something very smart where they really knuckle down on making a version of Windows that is removing and stripping out all of the productivity stuff that the average gamer doesn't care about, and making it just about doing the one thing that we actually want it to do all the time, which is probably stream and play video games, right? So if they can do that, I think there's a whole subset of customers out there that would be absolutely up for that version of Windows for their devices. No, I don't need Windows Home Edition or Windows Enterprise Edition. I just want to play video games. They should make a version of Windows that does that. And if there is a Windows 12 at some point in the future, I hope that they approach it with a sense of Valve are challenging us here for this customer base, and that customer base has money and wants to spend it and loves playing these things. We should build something for them. I hope that bit happens. That's the competition that's good. But to just declare that whatever Xbox are trying to do is over and done with now, and that's that, there's no point Valve's going to win, is silly.
Oh, Valve's not trying to win. Valve's just having their own options, and one of the main things is you still can't, the Steam Deck would have sold better if you could have gone into a store and buy it, but you can't. So are they finally going to go to retail with this? Because you're not trying to compete with other people if you're only direct to customer. If you're not actually in a retail environment for the casual audience to ever think about buying it. Because it's a very select group of people that know that this exists when they can't go and just find it at a Target or a Best Buy or a Walmart or, their equivalents globally. It's really cool. It's cool tech. Competition is good. I just wish the coverage around it would focus on it and not the typical list warring nonsense, especially when we don't have all the info yet. We don't know the price on any of it.
Yeah, no price is announced. And I saw someone in the chat mention that Nick was doubling down on his rumor.
Yeah, it wasn't about
Twitter.
this.
It was and it wasn't.
No. He said it was that he had also heard that this, but everyone on the friggin' planet heard this because people, and that's what kills me about insider culture. It's I knew this ahead of time. Yeah, because somebody went there, broke their NDA, and started telling people, and everyone knew. I've heard of the Valve Fremont. I've heard of that for 2 years or more. The friggin' console, the mini PC, that was a Valve's console. That was a long rumor. The controller had leaked. The frame had leaked repeatedly. None of it was new.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
It's just cool. I will say, on the lines of Valve and rumors and a certain third game in a franchise, typically when Valve have launched a new piece of hardware, they've usually launched something software related to go alongside it. So with these devices coming in 2026, no date yet, no price yet, I would certainly wager that come 2026, maybe that's the time.
Yeah.
Maybe,
well, I mean,
maybe
it's been rumored a
2026 is
billion
Half-Life
times.
3 year.
Yeah, Tyler McVicker and others who do a lot of Valve leaking have been talking about Half-Life 3 forever. Like it's definitely seems to be something that has been worked on. If it's coming or not, no idea. I wouldn't imagine it's VR. Maybe it has a VR mode. I don't know because they are literally launching two things. One is it's not a new. They're not the new platform is the Frame, because the Frame is a standalone VR headset and they haven't had that before. So that's new. Whereas the Steam machine is not new. It's just another place to use SteamOS, which you could load onto a PC right now.
Yeah.
Or just load up Steam and it's the exact same thing. With more options, because, and they've talked about it, but SteamOS still can't do a lot of the most popular games on the planet. You can't play Fortnite, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Valorant, League. You can't play anything that has like the Windows kernel level anti-cheat stuff.
They are hopeful that developers will come back to the table on those conversations to see if there's something that can be done. I don't know if that's
Valve's history of cheating in their online games is like anything that uses Source is bad about anti-cheat, and I do think that got a lot of people off of it, because PC cheaters really do just ruin any multiplayer game you play when they're allowed in. So I really hope they fix it.
Yep. But yeah, there you go. Steam Machine. You can read more about it over on xboxzero.com, or just head to Steam and go to Steam's hardware page. They've got. And
I did reach out. Maybe we'll get something for coverage. I have no idea. They said they'll let me know. I actually got a response.
That would be nice.
They did send me a Steam Deck, so maybe I have a chance of getting something.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button if you're here. If it's not too much trouble, we appreciate it. Elsewhere in news, breaking news. It actually broke 23 minutes ago,
and I can't show it.
Because we'll just get pinged. But
I can show screenshots.
You just keep the YouTube trailer paused.
Yeah.
There's Fallout 2, Fallout Season 2 TV trailer. It's available to watch now. It is coming to your eyeballs via Amazon Prime Video on the 17th of December.
If it's anything like last time, I should get to review it.
I'm actually not going to watch the trailer. I'm going to go in blind because I really enjoyed, and considering I'm someone that doesn't really give two shits about the actual games, I really enjoyed the show. And I want to go in blind and be surprised.
Spoil it at some point. There's Lucy and the Ghoul.
You son of a bitch!
And she doesn't have lip filler like most of Hollywood now.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be interesting. So that's good. That's good news. What else have we got in the news slate for you? Yes, we mentioned it earlier as we were discussing video games and being busy and stuff. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 arrives on November 14th, midnight, your local time. But many of us, perhaps even us, have taken a little trip to New Zealand and have been playing it for like the last 3 or 4 hours.
I'm going to look up some streams on Twitch, because then I can just show people playing it. The second I hit it, it's right
streaming it right now. A half hour of each mode.
Is streaming it. What a name.
Scump.
Ooh. Literally, as I clicked in, he said, the New Zealand trick. It's like, yeah. He's a hot ghost lady with big armored boobs.
Well, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
If you had the choice.
Oh, yeah, so if you set your Xbox to New Zealand and your Activision account on the Activision website to New Zealand, it should let you in and play everything.
Which is fun.
Yeah. I played some of the campaign this morning via that trick. It's very big, very polished, and very stupid so far. So we'll be going through the rest. We will, as always, have our opinions and reviews up, maybe in grander fashion than normal.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a very pretty game. I will say that.
They've got that engine, like, it's so slick. Like it feels
on the
so
even on the LAX, like, just runs buttery smooth. It's so good.
Impressive stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, biggest release of.
No matter what everyone wants to say, it's the biggest release of the year every time.
Now, Battlefield 6 is going to eat its lunch.
Oh no, I hate Battlefield 6. It's missing everything that makes Battlefield Battlefield. Big maps and really fun tanks
Big
and
mips.
it's just
Mips.
the
Bloody
Battlefield.
plankton.
Battlefield 6 is a good game that misses what I prefer about Battlefield, which is the gigantic maps. Like those are my favorite. There's only 2, and one of them is very bad, and so I have barely played it.
The chat would like to point out the description in the headlines for the YouTube video says the 11th and not the 13th. Whoops.
Who cares? You know what day it is. We traveled back in time. They're all liars if you look right now.
Oh, it's fixed.
Nope.
Next up in news, PlayStation had a state of play. It was a Japan-focused episode, and they announced loads of stuff. I'm not going to spend ages on this because if you want to go watch it or read about what's coming to Xbox, if that's your preferred jam, you can go check out xboxera.com. But they showed off a lot in 40 minutes.
It was the worst reviewed one on the Keeley poll I've ever seen. I do not like this artwork in this Dragon Quest remake.
Yeah, I hate it too.
They did have
Dragon
Kiefer
Quest
Sutherland,
7 reimagined, Incom Beanie One Store Many Stories, a simulation game where you run a Japanese corner store. Coffee Talk Tokyo, Fatal Frame Crimson Butterfly 2 remake again. We've seen that everywhere. Gran Turismo 7 got a Spec 3 update, and now a power pack will be added to the game. No Sleep for Kaname Date.
No Sleep for, and look, it's Eren Yeager from the Japanese Attack on Titan anime, Yuki Kaji. No Sleep for Kaname Dante, which was the third game in the
I have no idea.
AI The Somnium Files trilogy, which I reviewed the first 2 of and loved. This one's supposedly not as good. It had been a Switch exclusive, and now it's coming to everything else. I think it was Switch and PC, and now it's coming to everything else. Also, Broken Lores, I guess, like some. It was not a. It was. It is weird because for about a decade, Sony really kind of gave up on Japan, and Nintendo just completely dominates it, where more people play the Nintendo 3DS than play the PS5 in Japan.
Wow.
And they're seemingly like, oh yeah, this is our home country. We should stop entirely focusing on the US because we already won Europe. And so they have, I think one of the big things near the end, they have a monitor that can do 240 hertz, which the console can't. So it's kind of weird. But they also have a cheaper PS5 coming, which is still more expensive than the PS5 was at launch in Japan. But it's a lot cheaper than it is now. Because I do think that's one of the things, it's doing what Nintendo did, where there's just, this only works in this region, it only has this language, it can never do anything else. And it's a lot cheaper than it had been. But it's another thing where the US-centric nature of games coverage has ignored how goddamn expensive everything got everywhere outside of the US for them. It's always like, oh, Microsoft's had 2, they've raised the price twice. And it's like, they were following Sony's lead. They just did it in America at the same time instead of delaying it.
I caused a bit of a, not a panic, but like I got an email from Xbox today, and it was just listing out like different things for the holiday season. And I was like, oh, has the Xbox Series S and X had a price drop? Like, And they were like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, sorry, I'm seeing the USD price. And in my mind, that's changed, but that was the original price. But I saw pounds. Don't worry. It's all on me. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Xbox. But yeah, it's all over the place. I find the announcement of a 27-inch Quad HD 240 hits HDR-enabled monitor with a built-in DualSense charging hook for PlayStation 5 and PC to be odd. But like, I think Sony do a great job of monetizing their customers and evangelizing their customers to get them to, yeah, Sony, whoa, PlayStation. Like an excellent job of it. Genuinely.
It's funny you say that because that is literally what one of their executives talked about after their earnings. And it's like, less focus on growth, more focus on monetizing our existing base. The same thing that Microsoft is doing and getting killed for, but Sony isn't as public facing with their people. Like they are always just nameless, faceless people behind the scenes pretty much that make these decisions. And so they don't get hit as hard.
Yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But again, like Sony, really leaning into PC there. I wonder if there's a PC store coming from Sony at some point. We'll find out. Anyway, there's a ton of announcements in there. Elden Ring, Octopath Traveler, which
Elden Ring Night Rain DLC. You have to say that.
Yes.
People are going to be like, base game? No, Elden Ring Night Rain DLC coming December 4th.
And Cengiz did a preview for Octopath Traveler 0, which got a new gameplay trailer as well. So go check it out. Lots of it coming to all the platforms, but yeah, PlayStation show.
Sony's hardware has some really good, like their headphones and stuff are great. Their phones are really good, but I know their display stuff has had issues. It's generally super high tier, like compared to what you get now. Expensive. Because TVs have just become so ridiculously cheap. TVs and monitors are insanely cheap, in large part thanks to all the automation where they don't really pay anyone to make them. It's almost entirely automated at some plants in China and stuff.
I bet you this 27-inch monitor is going to be expensive.
Oh, yeah. No,
for what it is. Their
whole thing is being premium. Like, everything about them is we are premium because they want more money, like every company.
Fun times. In other news, Arc Raiders, the North Line is open. So Arc Raiders' new map, Stella Montis, will go live, and players are being challenged with unlocking it and building the pathway there by donating materials.
Strand type.
They've also added a Geos mode. They've reduced the pricing of some of the cosmetics. I wonder if I'll get a refund on some of the pennies I spent.
Nope.
Probably not. But yeah, I am itching to play more Arc Raiders, but I probably won't get a chance to get on until tomorrow now at this point, if not later the weekend. So sad face. But we'll have to do a stream episode, me, you, and Nick. I think in Arc Raiders would be very funny. Mostly because Nick will get us killed. Yeah. Oh, look at all this loot, Nick! There's OCD, 6 of them.
I know his OCD is just. It's painful. And I should say, as Symphony of the Nightist, or Satanist, says in chat, they won the King of TV shootout 7 years in a row. The Sony thing is it's premium. It's the panel might be made by LG or Samsung or whatever, but all the hardware they put into it, they generally go balls out, which is why it is not cheap. But they're going for that premium tier.
I've always understood that Bravia, their TV brand, was always high quality. Like, it might have had a wobble in the late noughties or something, but for the most part has always been reliably good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I remember their PCs were bad.
Speaking of Sony, they're releasing a Sony franchise as an MMO. It's a Horizon MMO, and it's coming to PC and mobile.
Pretty much mobile first.
Yeah, but that's it. It's not coming to
no, because funnily enough, this isn't the one Gorilla's working on directly. Gorilla, so the super cartoony one. So there's 2. So this is essentially, man, they just used the friggin' Breath of the Wild stamina circle. This is more like a hack and slash, almost Monster Hunter / Dragon's Dogma thing, with super uwu faces, like very cleaned up looking compared to what Horizon normally is. A real focus on like hack and slash shooter gameplay. Pretty different for Horizon, but yeah, it's a mobile first play for Asia above all else. And then the other Horizon MMO being made by Gorilla directly is like a more cutesy, cartoony, chibi art style one that's leaked a few times. I don't know. They're milking the shit out of this franchise. And
Herman really wants this franchise to take off, huh?
Yeah, well, it did with one. I think one's selling so incredibly well as part of both its selling, being discounted and being in bundles. It sold like almost 30 million. It might be above that now. Impressive. I don't know, and they just keep releasing it. So yeah, this doesn't interest me at all. But we're not the market for it. I think the market for it really is mobile first players across all of Asia. It's pretty
interesting times.
It's not bad looking. I really don't like the human outfits in Horizon. They've always looked stupid to me. But what do I know?
Yeah. But Horizon Steel Frontiers is being made by NCSoft, and it's coming on PC, iOS, and Android. Free to play.
Yeah, it's a gotcha.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, no consoles.
No consoles.
And they also announced a Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah, mobile
That's
game as well.
mobile only. It's like, hey,
It's almost like they want their IPs to be more recognized beyond the singular locked down ecosystems that they're a part of.
Oh, I wonder what else they published recently could be doing that.
Oh, speaking of that, Stellar Blade could be coming to Xbox following a what's it called, a shareholders kind of rundown for the developer Shift Up, where they note in there how exceptionally well it did on PlayStation, how well it did on PC, and that they are considering additional platform expansions. This one came out in 2024, released June this year in PC. And did really, really well both times, both platforms. So is there an audience left to get some money out of on the Xbox platform? I would imagine so, but per Shift Up, they would do that with an aim to further enhance brand recognition and boost sales.
We would release it in more places to try and make the game bigger and make more money. So I think Switch 2 especially, and maybe Xbox. I wouldn't be shocked.
And do you know what? This Shift Up was predominantly known for only mobile games. This was like their first big console game, and they smashed it. So, like,
underneath that skeleton mask is a very pretty lady, by the way, in case you were wondering.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't.
This game is 1000% Gooner approved.
Yeah, I approve of it as a Gooner.
Yep. From what I've played, the little bit I've played, it's fun. The open worldy stuff didn't get me as much, but like the base combat's fun. The story's really dumb, but they tend to be. Liza P was the exception. Like Liza P's story is friggin' macabre and amazing. Which is, and that's the thing about Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series and stuff, and Bloodborne and all of them, Sekiro. They never go stupid. They're always just kind of relaxed and cool. And a lot of the genre imitators have missed that. So
yeah,
that's what Wuchang actually had an incredibly good story overall. You just have to go and find it.
Cool. It's a very Sony-orientated show today. PlayStation Plus catalog for November has been revealed. Includes Grand Theft Auto 5, Pacific Drive, Still Awakes the Deep, Insurgency, Sandstorm, and more. I think Talos
it's a pretty heavy. These have already been on Game Pass before month. Man, my Edge and Chrome just crash on me all the time now. There's something about Chromium that my computer does not like right now. Because I was trying to show that blog post and everything crashed. Thankfully, not Chrome.
That's a shame. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff that has been on there. The only thing that I really wish would come to Xbox that isn't right now is Thank Goodness You're Here, which is only available on PC and PS4 and 5. It's a 2-hour long. I did a whole stream playing through it with a game set up north, and it is fucking great. Like, it is laugh out loud, brilliantly funny. It's got Matt Berry in it. That
helps.
Yeah,
I have heard it's
good stuff.
Significantly more funny if you are at all familiar with the area. So it's great for you guys. Still good for others, but it's definitely playing up a lot of things that you might not immediately get if you're not,
Yeah, 100%. It is very.
Is it a mank?
You have to be. You got to be from up that neck of the woods.
Or at least know
really
of that neck in the woods a bit, and it'll help. But you don't need it.
It's fun. But yeah, there's lots there. And then the last couple of news stories here. We've got a federal judge who's now. Do you remember, like a couple of weeks ago, Epic and Tim Sweeney were like, "Yeah, me and Google, we've worked this out. We've got a plan. It's all fine. Don't worry about it." Well, a federal judge is not so sure about this whole besties thing, and has cast doubt on the settlement terms of this agreement. This is via game developer Diego Arguello. The judge, James Donato, who has been overseeing the case, has changed his tune a little bit following these. He says the only changed circumstance that he can see right now is Epic and Google, two mortal enemies who pounded each other relentlessly in this courtroom for many years, are suddenly BFFs, Donato said. Oh dear.
Yeah, you can't always bullshit them when it's like, oh, what backroom deal did you do? Essentially, is what he seems to be. And yeah, Far Cry 7 set in Alaska seems to be leaking a bunch. Big focus on having an extraction mode in it because Ubisoft loves their trend chasing. But yeah, he's very much like, what's the deal? What's going on here?
Yeah.
This isn't that different. This isn't most of what you were asking for. This seems pretty similar to what was going on before. Why have you changed your tune so much, Sweeney?
I wonder what dirt will come up from this line of questioning. Anyway, yeah, we'll find out.
There are still, and it might be fewer and fewer as time goes by, but there are still some judges in America who follow the law and are like, no, for me to agree to this, something has, like I said, no, this must change. And now you're saying the solution is for it to not really change? I don't get it.
Yeah.
The weird one.
I just spotted one on our dear friends at VGC. This one I approve wholeheartedly of. Ubisoft. This comes via Chris Scullion over at VGC, but it comes from Ubisoft, who've just let people know. 5 years of the Ubisoft store as it approaches its 5th anniversary for Immortals Fenyx Rising. It's now free to claim on PC for the next few weeks.
They say free to claim, but it just says free to download. So when I go in and I tried to like claim it, it just said download. So maybe maybe I already own it on there, or it's because I think it's in PC Game Pass. Maybe it breaks.
I have no idea.
Because
it says
I
to mark
went in
the
and I
milestone,
tried.
players can visit the Ubisoft store, writes Chris Scullion, and buy Immortals Fenyx Rising for free until December 2nd. After claiming the game, it will remain in your Ubisoft Connect library as if it was a standard purchase with no subscription or purchase needed to continue playing it.
It was
this is to celebrate 5 years of Ubisoft Connect.
God, one of my early reviews.
Oh
God, it's so bad. Looking at this, Jesus.
I loved Fenyx Rising so much so that was one of the rare open world games that I completed from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It deserved better than it got.
It was one of the first things I tried to make content of on the website, and nobody watched. I tried to do a Let's Play. I got like 20 views.
Sad face.
Yeah, but then I ended up going back doing a review that's got a massive 311 views after 4 years.
Wow.
That used to be the norm for us. It is weird to go back to it, to just see how low our view counts used to be on everything. Like, holy shit, this review's got 500 views. Oh my god. When it's like, oh god, this thing only has 1,000 after a month. But that's growth. But yeah, Fenyx Rising is just an amazing open world, physics-based.
It's a Zelda. It's a Zelda game. It's a better Zelda game. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah. Have I just upset so many people right now? Is that a hot take?
No, for everyone you've upset, you've made too happy because Ubisoft games are great and they tend to sell really well, and people pretend that they're not and that they don't. But Ubisoft perfected their formula on open world stuff, and crotchety people online pretend like it all sucks and they hate it, yet all of their biggest selling games have been their biggest open world slop, as people like to call it. And Immortals Fenyx Rising was a smaller one of those, but it was just fantastic. Looked great, played great, amazing music from Gareth Coker.
Good.
It was just an awesome game. Everything about, and then they were doing a sequel that was Polynesian, and then they canceled it because everything has to suck.
Everything has to suck. That is true. It makes me sad, but it's accurate.
I would say go watch that review, but don't, because it was one of my first ones, and it's really bad.
It's fun. There we go. Yeah. I can't think what else we got now. Okay. Rockstar.
It's an update in the story.
We spoke about this on Tuesday after a bunch of UK and a few Canada workers were fired unceremoniously for gross misconduct from Rockstar North after being alleged to have revealed company secrets. The Rockstar employees claim, hey, no, we were in union discussions, you union-busting jerks.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Yeah. Now, the British Labour Union Independent Workers of Great Britain, IWGB, has escalated things a bit and has handed over to Rockstar North after repeatedly seeking meetings to resolve the conflict. They've been stonewalled. So they've now handed them some letters signed by 220 individuals. If you want to learn more about all of this from a much better and more clever team of folks, have a look at People Make Games YouTube channel. They did a really good video on this and what's going on, etc., etc. I'm curious to see how this all shakes out because, like, it does look pretty bad from Rockstar's perspective right now. Like, it's not cool, man. It's not cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I'm never hopeful, but it would be nice.
Yes, it would be nice. And then the last news story of today is just a little heads up in case you didn't know this. If you are the proud owner of an ROG Xbox Ally or Xbox Ally X, and like me, are frequently annoyed by the Steam icons appearing in your nice, fancy, full of good key art library, there's a fix for that, thanks to a clever developer who's made a game bar widget, and this works on the PC app on your PC too.
Yeah, this was made for Steam. This wasn't made for Xbox, but it's been ported over with the new functionality,
which is great. And yeah, it pulls in good key art from Steam Grid DB, which is basically all of the hero images and
and it's different versions, so you can get like everything. Like if you look at the Fortnite one, they have like 70 Fortnite ones because they change it all the time. You just have to be your favorite one, so you can have the actual key art instead of either the current one or the icon, which is also what Steam pulls in a lot of time. So it's funny. I've seen people, they made this to fix it. And it's like, no, they ported this to fix it, but this wasn't new. Like this has been an issue on other platforms and other storefronts and stuff. So it's really new. Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, like GOG. It's a big thing for GOG. So yeah, someone's like, one person could fix this. Yeah, because there's probably legal stuff around going in and pulling images without authorization, if I had to guess. Like when you're Microsoft or your Valve or your GOG or anyone, you can't just use other people's stuff at your whim. You would probably have to get the rights if it's not in a publicly available repository or something in some way. So it does end up being a lot more complicated.
Yeah. But it does make a big difference. So I put some guide work pictures up to help you guys do that because that's nice. That's about it.
Yep.
From us, you can expect to see some stuff later on today, early tomorrow, depending upon your time zone.
Yeah. The multiple reviews that John put on Thursday are more like, if you're in LA, it's Thursday. If you're in anywhere else on the planet, it's Friday.
Yeah, my bad on that. For our
it's a really weird time frame, so it's not an easy normal one to say. But there will be stuff today, quote unquote.
Yeah.
If you're using it for AI, then you just steal whatever you want and say, "Oh no, we were just downloading all this prawn for personal use," with your meta. That's what they said in court.
Yeah, I know. Weird. So weird. We'll be back on Saturday for the return after a week's hiatus of the Xbox Era podcast, episode 289? 88?
No, only 88 because we didn't do one last week.
We
Which
didn't,
also you have to realize is going to change timings on episode 300 now. You guys didn't care about that.
Yes, I think to its benefit. So I'm not worried.
You hope. You didn't think.
I do think. Yeah, plenty to talk about this weekend from GTA 6, Steam Machines,
from the last 2 weeks,
Call of Duty, and more. So I'm looking forward to getting together with Nick and chatting it all through. So join us, if you would, on the Xbox Era podcast on Saturday. As for headlines, Nick is there. We'll be back on Tuesday with all the latest and greatest in more news that breaks across the rest of this week and the weekend.
Maybe we'll finally hear about the partner preview.
Yeah, I'm hoping that will come through sooner or later, especially if it's meant to be like soon.
If it doesn't happen, we all got to start going after Jez. Like, hey,
Grr, get him, insider.
hey,
but yeah, we'll be back. So until then, good news. There's loads of really good video games out. Go play some, won't you?
Way too many.
We'll see you next time, folks. Ciao for now.